Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your Saturday night to join me. It's sort of a formality, but we have like 700 videos, and I dare bet that at least 680 of them open with those very same exact words. You know, consistency is important, people. And I feel like if you've made it this far with me in my journey as we begin to explore the depths of middle agedom within the millennial perspective in the early 21st century, I'm so appreciative to you. And I'm not going to lie, I shamelessly also support other YouTubers by just constantly watching what they post. I do want to be a part of your life. You feel me? And so thank you for allowing me the opportunity to be a part of your life. I'm here to entertain you. And moreover, I'm here tonight in particular to talk to you about why I think it's important if you're under the age of 40 to not vote. Now, I think this is where it's concluded. I think we've seen some different kinds of thoughts on the election year throughout the channel's inaugural history, as it is the first year of the show, and it's the first really just 6 months into it, but we're highly, just constantly reaching for more and stuff. So the opinion has definitely evolved, I would say, as it concerns beginning somewhere and finally ending somewhere. The other night, I publicly endorsed three political candidates. Those political candidates were Free Palestine, they were Hecklefish, and I do believe the third one. But we talked about that, right? And so now I want to talk about how we just shouldn't vote. Okay, hear me out. Just hear me out. Okay, I'm getting commercials and spams all day long, on all types of mediums for the internet that are telling me that while it's not public record who you vote for, it is public record whether or not you vote. And so, kind of like being gaslit into voting, you're going to feel a certain type of way. Your group of friends is going to make you feel a certain type of way if you don't vote because they're not going to know who you voted for, but they are going to know whether or not you voted. I mean, can we not be fully committed to anything here in America? I mean, like, if we're going to know if we voted or not, what are we all hiding? I thought this was a democracy. I used to love how when I was younger, and still to this day, and I know I give boomers a lot of hate, you feel me, but like sometimes it's deserved in that it's, I mean, people get offended when they ask about religious beliefs too. I never really understand people's own personal boundaries and like how they set them. So, like, how is that not weird? It's socially acceptable to ask whether or not we voted and to publicly know and have that information available, but not again, that's weird. That's a weird thing for me because it's secretive. And I think I'm anti-secret. Between the two of us, I really feel like honesty and transparency and truth is really the only way to actually get things done. And so I'm just, I think like that. And so, moreover, I'm happy that it's public record, I guess, as to whether or not we voted, because I strongly urge everybody to just not vote. I mean, if there's one way to show people that already don't care about us, that we don't care about them, it's we all got to take a loss. We all just can't settle for the lesser of the two evil. And I've contemplated this, and I understand the consequences of not voting for the lesser evil. What a weird statement to say and to have be true. Simply put, there are not any other choices, and if you do vote for the third party candidate, you are in fact just taking a vote away from a major party candidate. I mean, can we not all see the ruse here? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. So, anyone who tells you otherwise is misleading you until we have the kind of politicians that literally do what they're supposed to do and care for their constituents and represent their electorate, like in a way that is like super localized in the way a democracy is supposed to work and not the way that it currently works. I just feel like we just shouldn't vote. I mean, again, like, who cares? At this point, who cares? And that's tough. This is the greatest country on earth that I know of, in my opinion. Because I am, after all, an American, it's where I'm from. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I didn't, choose to be born, nor did I choose to be born here, but I'm grateful for both, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here rambling onto your ear about how I just think we shouldn't vote. And, that's like true. I just, why? Why vote? It doesn't, we didn't vote or in any way have any kind of say on who was running on the Democrat ticket. I just, it doesn't make any sense. And the other guy committed treason. So I just can't buy the argument of voting for the lesser of two evils anymore because I don't care. I mean, this was supposed to happen, I thought. Like, are we supposed to just, continue to lie to one another and act like we care about something that we have no power in? I mean, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You're wasting your time. This year, you're wasting your time. In every other year, before Trump committed treason, there were viable political candidates. It was an actual political campaign. I mean, these guys are just raking in hundreds of millions of dollars and not campaigning. They're not buying ads. They're not running for president. It makes no sense to me. So why should I care? Why? I mean, what's the point? You're gonna get me all riled up for no reason, make me more divisive within the community than already there is divisiveness as it concerns the surface area of how sometimes, because Americans don't have time to really kind of understand all of the information, the time to process that information and to fact check it and so forth, we can't victim blame in that Uncle Sam makes everyone work real hard and stay real busy so that there's really not much time to think about other things, and that's the truth, and that's why politicians take advantage, and that's why there also can be very good politicians. It works both ways. This year, we don't have a choice in the matter, and I just am an American first, and I'm not doing it. I would just rather not vote and let the public know that I didn't vote. It's better than me being secretive and voting and then, like lying about it or just simply not talking about it or just making for a more socially awkward situation than, I mean, for example, it was in 2016 when Trump defeated Clinton, and at that particular time, there's lots of things that don't make sense to me. I'm not okay with it, and I'm just not gonna vote. And let the public know I'm not voting, and it's unfortunate because my life will be impacted by me not voting, but so will tens of millions of other people that are 40 years younger or 40 years or younger. Again, no offense to my 40-year-olds, my 50, my 60-year-olds, you feel me, and all the good people that exist within these generations, because there are good people that exist. There are good boomers. There are good Xers. This isn't a thing. I don't mean to blast all of them because that's not fair. But regardless, people under the age of 40 are more concerned with their future than they are with anything that any of these candidates have discussed since election season has begun. I just, it doesn't make sense. Ladies, gentlemen, they, them. So let's do what Americans do. Let's do nothing. Seriously, we're so good at doing nothing. Why can't we do nothing right now? Because, I mean, wouldn't that be a national conversation? Like, Americans have lost complete interest and trust in the two criminals who are running for White House, so the voting turnout ended up to be just 500 boomers in the South who all voted for Donald Trump. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. So, Uncle Sam, who are you kidding? My guy, please. This is a joke. So many of us know that it's a joke. And why are we going to participate in this sick joke? I mean, seriously, are we homeowners? Are we retired and playing golf all day and worrying about generational wealth, or are we actually just trying to start a life where at some point we can own homes and they won't be $1 million, and healthcare won't be so exorbitant that you have to choose between becoming homeless in some instances and receiving treatment for whatever prognosis, for whatever may be the ailment that you got. I really feel like we need to reconsider our priorities. And it's not going to happen in a month. It will not happen within the next 4 years. But the strongest and most important thing that we can do is not continue to empower a corrupt system that benefits nobody but the best of all of the wealthiest to do people. I have no hate in my heart for the wealthiest and the best to do people. You are not the enemy. I'm happy for you. Not jealous, happy for you. Now, can you be so kind as to make the world around you a more equitable place? Could you do that? Or is this so embedded in corruption and evil that it's not possible? Because either way, I just want to know. There's so many millions of people who just would simply like to know the truth about where our government is going and who is going to lead and what kind of a leader we want to have represent our wonderful country on a worldwide platform. We should think about these things more. I really do. I feel like if we did, we'd have better opportunities and better decision making, and the world would just be an overall better place. Unfortunately, again, the reality of the situation is we should just not vote. Serious. Just, if the employer gives you the day off to go vote, take it. Just don't vote. I mean, I am not joking. It's time has come and time has passed. There's crooks. One of them's going to be the president. It doesn't matter. At this point, it does not matter. So, I mean, and again, that's the thing, is because it can't matter. The truth is it's non-debatable. The lesser of the two evils implies that they're both evil. So why, as a collective conscience, would we recognize that the best decision we can make is by going down a deep and dark road? Again, that just, let's just not go down that road to begin with and not argue in advocation of the lesser of two evils. I can't do it. I tried. I really did. I've thought about this a lot. And what matters is the truth. And the truth is, none of these people are qualified to be the president of the United States of America. And we should all be so prideful in that, because first and foremost, we are Americans. If you are in this country right now, without hate, without discrimination, you're an American. Seriously. I mean, you're here, right? It's cool. It's fine. And you should be an American and actually do what you're supposed to do, which is the right thing. And the right thing to do this year is to not vote. So, I'm just saying, we should all do the right thing, because otherwise we're actually pandering to fear-mongering and to the continuation of a political ideology within an infrastructure of one of the best governments that have ever been, at least told to us. You feel me? We got a good thing going here. So, let's not mess it up. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. And obviously, that's what we're going to do. We're Americans, right? After all, the irony of that, I guess we'll just destroy everything and just aimlessly hope that something will save us, when in fact we're the only people that can save us. Americans are the only people that can change, and that change needs to come from within. It cannot come from without. Outside, this cannot happen. That's not how we do things. So I'm just saying, we should all just not vote. let them waste their money. At this point, we should just all acknowledge publicly that like they're both wasting their money and their time, and this is all a joke. And it feels like a Saturday Night Live sketch from the mid '90s. It's both a little cringe, humorously, just superbly funny, and just also more cringe than funny, I think. So, anyways, I hope that you guys have a really good night. Thank you for allowing me to be with you again. I do appreciate that. And yeah, this one's for you, Uncle Sam. I'm just doing what you taught me, what you taught me, and what you taught me was to do the right thing. So I think I'm just gonna not vote and let all the other Americans justify the unjustifiable, as we all are currently doing, as it concerns who we're voting for in November. Let's just scratch the conversation. Move on. Move on with your life. Move on with your day. If you're not going to not vote, stop wasting everyone's time because it doesn't matter. Just don't vote. I hope that you guys have a great night. Bye.